If you love berry blush or you haven't quite gotten into it yet, but you're curious which ones might look good on you, you're in the right place. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my top 7 favorite berry blushes. I'm going to swatch each one of them for you. I've got a couple different formulas. I've got cream, I've got liquid, I've got powder. So let's get right into it. Starting off strong with one of my favorite blush formulas. This is the Saie Dew Blush in the shade Dreamy. This is a very beginner-friendly berry blush. It's not too dark, it's not too vibrant, it's kind of in the middle. What I love about this formula is how buttery and blendable it is. It just melts right into the skin. It's pigmented without being too pigmented. I think this would work on a very wide variety of skin tones as well. I would say the wear time on this blush is good. It's not the most long wearing blush, but usually it lasts me a good 8-hour day pretty easily. Another thing I love about this blush is that it has a clean formula, and I actually really love that. I love that this blush has a doe foot applicator, making it super easy to control the amount of product that you apply. See what I mean? This is such a good middle of the road berry. It's really not too purpley, but it's also not too pinky either. It is very, very wearable for every day, so that is why I just love this color in particular. And by the way, I'm gonna link every blush in the exact shade I used down in the description box. Next, we have the Hourglass Unreal Liquid Blush in the shade Craft. I find the packaging of this blush to be incredibly unique, but I actually also find the formula and the color of this blush quite unique as well. So this blush comes in a squeezy tube and you only need 1 drop. A little goes a long way. I guess it's not technically a squeezy tube. You push on this bottom part here and then the product comes out of the top. Just look at that gorgeous, rich color. Oh, I just love this so much. I just take this blush on my finger and I apply a couple dots to my cheeks. Compared to the Saie Dew blush, this formula is definitely more liquidy, and for such a weightless, thin formula, it really packs such a punch with pigment. I like to blend this out with the Hourglass blush brush. These blend into the skin really nicely. These have quite a dewy finish and look very juicy on the skin. This color is definitely a bit more of a vibrant berry color, but it is still very wearable, and this would look good on any skin tone. I definitely applied a pretty generous amount, but if you want to tone this down, it looks really pretty with just a tiny, tiny dab of product as well. This next blush has been a pretty viral one. This is the Huda Beauty blush filter in the shade Black Cherry. I also love the packaging on these blushes. This is definitely a darker berry blush, but somehow it looks beautiful on fair skin. It looks good on any skin tone. Honestly, most of these blushes look great on all skin tones. The applicator is super, super precise and easy to apply the product with, but a little does go a long way with this blush. And I would say this blush formula in particular blends out amazingly. It just melts into the skin. It blends itself. It really is, like the name suggests, a beautiful black cherry color. I also feel like this blush has a little bit of a blurring effect on the skin. This formula really does not emphasize texture at all, and it actually wears a very long time throughout the day. I think this blush is all around very beginner friendly when it comes to the formula and even the color. Look how it just blended out on me and looks so subtle and soft and natural, and I have very fair skin, so sometimes berry blushes can look a little bit garish and intense on me, but this just looks so beautiful and natural and wearable for every day. This has been one of my favorite berry blushes, actually. This next one I don't hear too many people talking about, but it is so gorgeous. This is the Victoria Beckham Cheeky Posh stick in the shade Fame, and this is just such a beautiful purpley berry shade. This stick formula is so creamy and easy to blend. Again, pigmented, but not too pigmented. If you like a cream blush stick over a liquid blush, this one might be for you. I also feel like if you have a bit of a cooler skin tone, this more purpley berry blush might also complement your skin very well. This blush also has a very natural skin-like finish, which I really like in a cream blush. I feel like of all the blushes so far, I find that this one does last the longest on my skin. This is just such a creamy, buttery formula, and it's so easy to build this color up if you want more intense color. I think in terms of color, this one might be one of my top favorites of the bunch. This product feels so luxurious. I think the packaging is beautiful. It's easy to apply. You could even wear this on the lips if you wanted. Okay, so now we're gonna switch gears a little bit. I'm gonna talk about a couple of powder blushes that I love. And then of course, I'm going to use a blush stain at the end. The first one I want to talk about is a new launch from Ravie Beauty, and look at how beautiful this color is. Oh my gosh. This is their Endless Diffusion Everyday Baked Blush in the shade Oasis. I actually know the founder of this brand. Her name is Ali Glines. I'm sure a few of you are familiar with her. I had the absolute privilege of meeting her in person in LA for a rare beauty event, and she was just the kindest, sweetest soul. I'm so glad we got to connect, and now to see her brand come to life, it is just so exciting. And you guys, just wait until you see this formula and this color on my skin. It is so good. I'm applying this blush using the Ravie Beauty blush brush. I would describe this color as a very juicy, vibrant berry color. And this is also very easy to blend. It's very forgiving. It gives a very natural airbrushed finish. This is a baked blush formula, and I just find there's this gorgeous sheerness to it, but there's still so much pigment in this blush, it's hard to explain. It really gives the perfect finish on the skin. This is definitely more of a pinky berry than a purple berry, but nonetheless a gorgeous berry blush. This next blush gives such a sophisticated, expensive look. This is the Armani Luminous Silk Glow Blush in the shade 60. And this blush is a little bit deeper, a little bit richer. I like to pick this up on a Rephr 04 brush, and I just like to tap that right on the apples of my cheeks. It gives this very like French beauty type of vibe. So at this point I've tried quite a few blushes on, so it's not applying as like nice and smooth as it typically would, just because of the nature of these swatch videos. My skin is getting a little bit stained. My base has now been wiped off and reapplied a few times, but I hope you guys can tell how beautiful this color is. And honestly, this formula is beautiful. I have multiple shades of this blush and I use them very often, but this is definitely a little bit more of like a reddy, almost like a burgundy berry almost, but I just think it is so beautiful. For the fall and winter months, I'm gonna be reaching for this blush all the time. All right, so the last blush formula I want to talk about is a stain, hence why I saved it for last. This is the Milk Makeup Cooling Water Jelly Tint in the shade Splash, and I just think this jelly texture is so fun. But yeah, I just find this very satisfying, and I actually really like these blushes. A lot of people said they're just gimmicky, but they actually last all day, and I don't find them to be hard to blend at all. I will say you do need to work pretty quickly with this blush, so I do one side at a time. And these blushes are very buildable. If you want a more sheer effect, you can apply less. If you want more, they're super easy to just build up that intensity. It's just so pretty. It really gives the skin a very juicy tint, and it also lasts all day long. So in the summer, this is a great shade as well. But if you want your makeup to last a long time for these fall and winter months, you're looking for a nice berry shade, this one might be it for you. And let me tell you, these leave a lasting stain. Once you apply these, they're on for the rest of the day. Your blush is not going to budge. This berry blush is more of like a vibrant berry color. It is definitely giving more of a summer berry vibe though. There's something very fresh and vibrant and almost like youthful about this color. It's kind of like the popsicle stained lip trend, but for the cheeks. Let me know what your personal favorite berry blush is down in the comments. I'm so nosy and I read and respond to pretty much every single comment. You guys actually influence me to go out and buy things a lot of the time, so I want to know what you recommend. And if you haven't already, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It really means a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.